Thank you, Anjali ji, for inviting me to this national level webinar organized by Right to Education Forum. थैंक यू अमरीश जी। तो हम लोग तो जब राइट टू एजुकेशन फोरम फॉर्मेशन किया है इंडिया में उड़ीसा में 2008 आई थिंक शायद 2009 में लगातार हम लोग संपर्क में हैं और काम कर रहे हैं। तो this is the opportunity to ventilate our views on private school regulation. I think I could see that more than 200 participants joined in this webinar. This is a very I think praiseworthy things that people are interested to know about this regulation. And this topic is for which we have been working on behalf of Parents Association in Odisha and also in national level. Since my organization, All India Parents Association, is a national level body. And since very beginning, when my own child was in school, we are talking about this issue. And this is a very bigger issue. And another thing is, those parents who works in private schools are homogeneous body. They are not organized. They are busy for their own work. A mixture of, since as Kiranji said here, rightly said, that the quality of education in government school goes down. I know Amritji here and Amritji talking and talking and talking, addressing the gatherings, large gatherings throughout the country. I think in all states, about talking about this issue, how in spite of Right to Education Act came in 2009, how the quality of education gone down, and how precisely and planfully the government as a whole, as national level, the MHRD and also the state education departments are very much callous about this demolition of a private school, closing down of a, shutting down of a private school, government schools, and the way government is synchronizing its budget to strengthen public education and to strengthen, to provide quality education. Precisely, government, I think government is working in the era of globalization, what always Anjali ji is talking about. So that the many, not only the rich community, the middle class, upper middle class, even if lower middle class people, and they are very much interested, and they have been sending their children to private schools. Even as Kiranji said, so much of philanthropic, religious, low cost, so-called low cost. I am not. I will not say that they are low cost. So-called low cost private schools in the name of Vidya Mandir, Sisu Mandir, so much of Mandir on behalf of Sikha Vikas Samiti, organized by Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh, and at the cost of democratic education, at the cost of secular education, at the cost of quality education, I should say, these low cost, so-called low cost academic institutions, schools are there, and because of some kind of a low cost, I would say later on, why it is not, why these low cost schools are so-called and why they are not low cost exactly. Because their hidden agenda is something else. Their hidden agenda in
आपकी आवाज चली गई।
हेलो प्रदीप जी, हेलो
Pradeep, it's okay now?
yes.
Okay. So automatically it is on mute. So don't mute me. Yeah, I'm speaking. Okay, so these religioustic so much of RSS managed schools are charging heavy fee in terms of every year they are taking admission fee, readmission fees every year, violating the Supreme Court judgments, violating the judgment of different high courts. They are charging every year readmission fees, and they are also charging different fees. They are selling the books to Honorable Supreme Court. In DAV School Parents Association versus Union of India case, Honorable Supreme Court said no school can make this school campus a business center. No school can sell any dress material, any study materials, books, copies, etc. and etc. But these religious schools, not only religious schools, all private schools, they are having one business counter. They are selling unnecessarily the copies. Those amount of copies is not at all required. They are selling the books in the name of a value education. They are selling the modules which are not in the syllabus, they are not in the CBSE syllabus or ICSE syllabus or even if state board syllabus. They are selling out the modules and copies and so much of things, and they are charging heavy tuition fee, and that everybody could know about it. I think in this case, why there would not be a regulation mechanism? Why there would be a regulation mechanism? Since not a single entity, I should repeat, not a single entity, institutions, bodies in this country, since this is a sovereign country and where the Constitution of India prevails, nobody is free from regulation of the government. And since this is a democratic country and sovereign democratic country, having a regulated, well-structured constitution and different procedural laws, and again, it is a welfare countries. The education is not here the matter of a charity. The charitable educational system cannot be prevailed, should not be prevailed here, and it should not be stay as of their own and manage as of their own, the name of the way Kiranji said, efficient management, not at all efficient management, because the parents who are sending their children to the schools are educated, are conscious about the education, and they are ready to spend some money at the cost of their food, at the cost of their living standard for this school, for their wards, for better quality education. These so-called efficient, these so-called organized private schools management are playing with the future of our wards, future of our children. And the government here, this so-called welfareist government at the center and at the state, they are callous. They are not listening about our voice. We parent association, we have been saying and demonstrating before the school gates, and they are putting police officers, they are putting extra outside goons. They are try to divide the parents association, to stop the parents voice, to stop the movement, so that the parents association as a whole is unable to convert into a movement, education movement, for which RT Forum and for which Amrish Ji is talking about. So we are unable to organize the parents. And why the schools are not, see, just 1 week before, Honorable Supreme Court in a petition, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोल दिया कि वो तो राज्यों का व्यापार है, जो एजुकेशन स्टेट सब्जेक्ट में कंकरेंट लिस्ट में है, वो राज्यों का व्यापार है. ऐसा एक अनफॉर्चुनेट जजमेंट ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट डिलीवर्ड. Why Minister of HRD will not be directed and will not say or come out with a concrete policy to regulate these private schools. Okay, I am not ready. I am not ready to listen the name private schools for which we have been fighting since our students' days. There should not be any schools in the hands of managed in the hands of private non-state actors, private management. All schools must be on behalf of government, and the government should provide public education. The government should not give any chance to this private businessman, I think, authoritarian religious bodies, which main objective is to do their business rather than education. So the government should do this work. And I'm sorry to say, since it is the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court delivered the judgment and keep and shoulder the responsibility upon state government, at the same time, we parents should gather, should have to be gathered under this agenda, that unless and until the government come out with a clear-cut, concrete regulation policy, we should not stay calmly. We should not stay silently. We should work on it. We should work on it. We should keeping in view of this hidden agenda. The government slowly, and the not only the government, the many academicians, many business community, and now the judiciary, they are very shrewdly, very slowly, with all connivance with business community and this big corporate managed private schools, they are switching over from their responsibility, and they are shouldering entire responsibility to private management. So taking advantage of this kind of carelessness of the government and pro private managed attitude, these people are taking the advantage. These people are on the way to open up their shops and doors and getting advantage about it. This should be stopped. It should be stopped. We people in Odisha already filed a writ petition. 2 days before in Honorable Odisha High Court, talking about this and talking about this regulation. Kahin na kahin, the people, the government as a whole, and also judiciary, उसको मानना पड़ेगा, यहाँ पे ध्यान देना पड़ेगा. तो एक जो हम लोग रेगुलरली इसी का बारे में काम कर रहा है, तो पैंडेमिक के बारे में 2-3 शब्द मैंने कहेंगे. जो हम लोग मीट किया था once upon a time, I think 6 months before. So we, on behalf of our association, we submitted and discussed with the Honorable Minister, School and Master Education, Mr. Samidas. And Samida, since his background is he was in left student movement and he was a left guy, and I personally with that belong to that movement. Mr. Das shouldered the responsibility upon us. I do not know how far his cabinet and how far his chief minister will respect his views. He shouldered the responsibility, Pradeep Ji, and your team you should come out with a model regulation policy, which we will work on in the future. We thanked him. We thanked at least this bias, but I'm not sure. Well, because just 1 year before, the state government constituted one committee. No, we'll be astonished that committee was constituted for regulation of our private schools. Most of the constituent of that committee are from private schools, and person like us, we are not in that committee. Only one member from private community was on that committee, and that committee did not do anything, because maximum private management, corporate management persons were there, and a few government officers were there, and that committee became fiasco. They did not do anything. So that I do request our parents, our parents leaders and different schools, they are having own parents association. Since this is a state level and national level body, we request them to come out with a clear cut voice and reach out the parents. We parents, those who are academic, those who know at least about the policy agenda of the government and agenda of the business strategy of the private schools, this should be our views. This should be our sorry, I'm taking more time. This should be our activity to work on public education and to work on complete public education and to synchronize private education, and how this government schools public education system could be provided quality education. This is our motto to work on this. And in this pandemic particularly, they are charging, the private schools are charging same tuition fees. Since March the schools are stopped. Okay, those who are bigger schools, they are giving some good amount of salary to their teachers. They need money and we are ready to give that money. But that doesn't mean that same amount. To collect same amount, I should give one example. One school, DAB Public School. DAB Public School in Bhubaneswar, they are each school having nearly 4,000 students capacity, and their average school fee is 2,500 from KG to 12th standard. Average 2,500. Imagine how much of money they are collecting as tuition fee, and their establishment expenses per month is within 1 crore, but they are collecting nearly 10 crore. One side they are spending 1 crore rupees per month as establishment expenditure, they are collecting 10 crores. Now, why these fees will not be synchronized, minimized? We approached Honorable High Court of Odisha, saying while all the high courts, you will be disheartened that almost all the high courts in India, they are opposing the parents' bodies and saying that matter of education is a matter of right to education, so that they should continue with virtual education, online education. Which we are opposing. In the name of virtual education, online education, in different apps, they are killing the efficiency, the mind of our children. Now, we people are unable to understand. We parents are unable to understand how this online education is killing the head, killing the psychology, child psychology of our words in the name of education. So we should oppose that. And I'm sorry to say that Honorable High Courts, Uttarakhand High Courts and all High Courts, they are uphold the virtual education, saying in the name of right to education. We know what is right to education. The judges should not teach us what is right to education. The private school should not teach us what is right to education. We have been working for right to education since our college days, that we know what is right to education. The government should think about right to education. The parents should think about right to education. You business people should not think about right to education. So that I am completely disagree with the different high court's judgment. At the same time, we appealed before Odisha High Court that this same tuition fees should be relaxed as per the expenditure, establishment expenditure, actual expenditure of that private schools. They should not collect transport fee. They should not collect the electrical fee. They should not collect any hidden agenda. They should not collect their security charges. They should not collect their extra classes fees. Only they should collect the salary of the teachers. Other than no, they should not collect their reasonable surplus, for which Honorable Supreme Court said, reasonable surplus. Honorable Supreme Court said that every school has the right, private management has the right to collect 10 to 15% reasonable surplus from the parent. This should be stopped, because Maximum parents are unemployed now. They are handpicked. They are sitting at their home without job, without work. They are sitting at their home. They have no money to provide 4 square meal for their children and family members. Their old parents, they are unable to provide medicine to their old parents. From where they will money to provide their fees, school fees and readmission fees? This should be stopped. Honorable High Court should understand that. Honorable Supreme Court should understand that. Honorable Judicial Community should understand that. And Mr. Government should understand that this matter. I will stop here. I will stop here. If there is any question, I will come out with the answer later on because almost I have taken 20 minutes. So I stop here, Nalin Anjala ji. So thank you.
प्रदीप जी, आपके तो विशेष आपका अनुभव रहा है इन मुद्दों के ऊपर, तो therefore question is how do we move from towards truly regulating? जैसे किसी ने चैट बॉक्स में भी चल के आ रहा है, it's not just having legal frameworks परंतु उसके implementation और उसके enforcement का भी मसला है साथ में। तो कैसे, क्या ओवरआर्चिंग फ्रेमवर्क और उसके क्रियान्वयन के लिए क्या हो सकता है? प्रदीप जी।
थैंक यू। सो जो निकल कर आया जो ओपिनियन है ना, वो जो पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप का बारे में जो चर्चा हुआ एंड रेगुलेशन ऑलरेडी जो है कुछ मेथड गवर्नमेंट का पॉलिसी में, जो आरटी में जो है रेगुलेशन तरीका, वो काम नहीं कर रहा है। ये सही ढंग से नहीं है आरटी एक्ट में। You know, RT Act is only meant for up to class 8, and these private schools they are dealing with children up to class 10, 12 standard. So, and again, who's supposed to monitor the private schools? They are class 2 officers. You know, our education officials, low-level education officials, they're supposed to monitor on the purview of Right to Education Act, which is on place in the actual ground level. It is not taking place because there is connivance. You know, there is connivance with the private management, these non-state actors, with these grassroots level officials. You know, these private schools authority belongs to the ruling party and moneyed person, and they are corporate schools. In Kerala, they are corporate schools. Their hand is very, very high. तो जितने सारे डीएवी स्कूल का बैनर में जितना सारे स्कूल है, और दिल्ली पब्लिक स्कूल और लोयला स्कूल, दे आर नॉट स्मॉल मैन. These grassroots level education officials cannot monitor them. So it needs the very powerful self-sufficient monitoring regulation policy. Very powerful self-monitored policy, like the POCSO Act, like SC/ST Atrocity Act. We need, like JJ Act, we need a policy like this, which should be guiding policy for them. You know, they are taking affiliation. So our high courts, they said, so since government is not paying money for their management, how government will monitor them? This is very much. I think weightless, valueless opinion of different high courts. I am not agree with this opinion.
तो जो चल के आ रहा है कि therefore yes, there has to be a contextual thing, and yes, there has to be a good monitoring policy. How do we deal with the question of enforcement in the sense of कानून बनते हैं लेकिन उनका क्रियान्वयन नहीं होता है, तो उस परिप्रेक्ष्य में हाउ डू वी मेक श्योर दैट व्हाटएवर पॉलिसी एग्जिस्ट हैज एक्चुअल टीथ?
इसलिए अंजलि जी, हम लोग बार बार कहते हैं जो हमारा जो गार्डियन है, पेरेंट्स हैं, उन लोगों को इकट्ठा होना पड़ेगा। अभी तक ये लोग इकट्ठा नहीं हो रहा है। ये तो मैंने पहले से कह दिया कि ये लोग तो सब ओवरलैपिंग इसके ऊपर वो है। कोई बोलता है कि हमारे पास पैसा है, हम लोग देंगे, हम लोग नहीं जाएंगे मीटिंग को, और हम लोग ये पेरेंट फार्मर एसोसिएशन नहीं करेंगे, हम लोग गवर्नमेंट को सपोर्ट करना है, गवर्नमेंट नहीं देंगे, ये सब काम नहीं करेंगे। क्यों? हम लोग वेलफेयर रिजिम बारे में चर्चा कर रहा है, कह रहा है हम लोग गवर्नमेंट इज गिविंग देम एनओसी, गवर्नमेंट इज गिविंग देम इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, वाटर, गवर्नमेंट इज गिविंग देम लैंड, गवर्नमेंट इज गिविंग देम MP led fund, ML led fund. Lots of things are there. Why they will not be controlled? Why they will not be monitored strongly? And why, how government will give them scot free? They should be really regulated. And we people, the people of India should understand. See, during there is no much time in hand. During this pandemic, you know what happens in USA, where everything is privatized. You see what happens in Cuba, where everything is public. The entire health system in Cuba, or maybe North Korea, or maybe Vietnam, where there is coronavirus is synchronized and everybody are getting free treatment. You take the example of Kerala. Why not Kerala like health system will not be prevailed in our country? Similarly in education, where there is a privatization, where there is a private entity, non-state entity, there is division, there is discrimination, there is all sorts of violation of human rights, as you said, Anjala ji. Where there is public system, even if it may be in a capitalist country, maybe Canada, maybe UK, or many European countries, you see the pandemic is gone down now, as on that. But why not it is not being taken place in USA? Because there is no public system. Those who have money, those who have insurance, they are having the chance to be treated, and those who have not money, they are on hold. Same condition in case of education. The country has to take the responsibility, and we people should be gathered, should be united, and make them